Hello and welcome to the Sales Show. I'm Marie Kirkpatrick, your sales and business strategist. I'm a mum, a wife, and a multi-business owner myself. With over 15 years experience in sales and business, I have worked with startups all the way through to multi-million-dollar companies. I have seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. I love helping service-based businesses make an income as well as an impact. Let's jump into talking about all things sales and business. Hello and welcome back to the Sales Show. I'm Marie Kirkpatrick and I'm so excited you are here. Today we are talking about, do we really need a sales process within our business? This podcast idea came to me when I was having a conversation recently with other business owner, and she has been running her business for a little while. She is very successful in what she does. She's generating 25 to 30K months continuously. But she's doing it all on her own. So she has no team, she has no staff. She does all the lead generation, all the sales calls, and then on to servicing her clients all on her own. And it can be really overwhelming for her. She finds that she gets really exhausted. She finds that she runs out of energy and her head is just ready to explode, working 6 full days in the business. Kids, it's full on. And so when we were having this conversation, I said to her, do you have a sales process within your business? And she said, no. What's a sales process? And I thought, wow, maybe people don't know that they need a sales process or aren't really clear on what a sales process is. So today, I want to help you streamline things within your business. I want to help you reduce the overwhelm. I want to take off a little bit of that mental load that us as business owners and especially women and mums have when it comes to life. So I want to make things easier within your business. And I believe a sales process is one of the best ways to do that. Now, let's start from the start. What exactly is a sales process? Well, I'm so glad you asked. A sales process is a series of steps that we follow to take people from a lead or an inquiry all the way through to becoming a paying client. And so these steps are repeatable, they're scalable, they're trackable, all those really good things. But if we don't have those steps mapped out and that sales process within our business, it can be really, really hard. Your sales process includes things like your marketing and lead generation. It includes your sales conversations. And those sales conversations can be both online as well as offline. So it's not just about the face-to-face conversations we can have or about the, Zoom calls or anything along those lines. The sales conversation can happen both online and offline. It can happen if you're an e-commerce business through the way that people buy on your website. And so your sales process includes all of that. It includes your customer journey path. How do you take people through your business? It's about asking for the sale. It's the follow-up processes and conversations that you're having, the emails that you're sending. It's all of that and so much more. I remember when I first started working with one of my amazing clients. She has been in business for longer than what I have. She's successful at what she does. She was working a few days in her business because she's got kids. And she said to me, I'd like to grow the business and I'd like to increase my income. Great, fantastic. Let's have a conversation. So in the first initial conversation we had, she was talking about all these processes she had for servicing her clients. So when a client came on board, she did this, she did this, she did this, she did this, and she would work it all the way through the project until, handing over the work to the client was all done and dusted. However, I said to her, do you have a process before the doing process? So before the servicing of your clients? And she was like, yeah, like they just click the link here and they can talk to someone if they need to. And I was like, but where's the sales process? And she was like, oh, I don't have a sales process. What is a sales process? Great, let's start there. Because I know that when a sales process is implemented into a business, I know things are streamlined. I know things are a lot more trackable. I know that there's easier ways to figure out what is going on within a business so that we can figure out what needs to be changed and what needs to be implemented and all that sort of fun stuff. So that's where we started. And what I wanted to look at was, how do we actually put in a tailored sales process into our business? And that's what I want to talk to you about today. I want to give you some tips and advice about what you can do and especially why you can do it. So I know I touched on a little bit about why, like the improvements that having a sales process in your business can have, but here are a few reasons as to why someone would have a sales process. First one, it's pretty freaking obvious, but you can improve your sales results. Surprise! It means that you can identify what's working and what's not working and increase your sales based around that. It also gives you a really consistent approach within your business as to how you talk to people, how you manage people, how you put together your packages and your services and your pricing, so we are not reinventing the wheel every single time we have a new inquiry or someone wants to work with us. It also means that you can scale, and it doesn't matter how big your business gets, that sales process will be flexible and will grow with your business, not within your business, but with your business. So it doesn't matter how many leads or inquiries come through your sales process, the sales process is able to hold all of them. Maybe you might need to get some more resources or people, or depending on the sales process you implement into your business. But it means that you can scale it. It means that you can turn on that marketing and lead generation tap and know that your business will be capable of managing all the leads that come in and that you don't drop the ball anywhere. I want to share a story with you that happened to me just this week, and I was the customer. So I went in and I went into a health club or a gym, because I'm trying to get my health and fitness back on track. Yay. And I know that gyms and the fitness industry can be really daunting for some people. I don't tend to feel that, but I can understand how people do feel like that. And so I was so interested when I went into this business. The first thing I did was jump on their website. So their sales process started when I jumped onto their website. So not when I had a conversation with anyone, when I jumped on their website. So I jumped on their website and I booked in my first workout. And I assumed, maybe incorrectly, maybe not, that someone would come up and have a conversation with me about how it works, pricing, obviously, and all the finer details about what it would take for me to join this club or this gym. So I went in and was put straight onto machines. I was like, cool, okay. I have experience in the fitness industry, so I'm not a complete muppet at it. I understand how my body works quite well and things like that. However, I also understand that not every single person that would walk into that gym would have the same knowledge, experience, thoughts, ideas, goals, all of that sort of stuff going into this gym. And so did the free workout, had a coach come around with me and take me through everything from a machines point of view and exercise and all that sort of stuff. Then, like while I was going around, obviously the sales chick is sitting there going, how much is this place? What are the terms and conditions? What's their sales process going to be like? I was a little bit unsure about what that process looked like. And it was playing on my mind while I was trying to work out, which is not the best thing to happen, but it is what it is. And so after the workout, I assumed that I would sit down and have a chat with the coach that I was going around with, and it didn't happen. She opened a book on her desk, and it had my name next to it because I'd obviously booked in, and it had 3 prices written down. One said $140 per month. One said $250 tech, and then there was $100 underneath it. And so we were both standing at the desk and she was like, okay, and she's pointing to the numbers. This is how much it is. And I was like, but what does that mean? And what's the 200 for tech? And is that ongoing, or is that, like, I was really confused. So guess what happened? I walked out and I thought, Matt, there's got to be another option out there for me. What she also had said to me though was, here's the card to the owner. You might want to give her a call and have a chat. So me being me, I did. I called her and I was like, hey, I've just been into your gym. I've just done a workout, really enjoyed it. I just need some clarification. There was no connection to my goals. It was very much a logical conversation, which is logic needs to come into it. If people are only logically enrolled in something, it's really hard for them to buy and to make a decision. They can't see the forward thinking or the future of working with you or what those results would look like. And so when I was chatting to her, the owner obviously was a little bit more across things, as you would expect, but she actually started talking about things like goals, not specific goals, which I found really interesting, but there was no process that either of these two team members had taken me through. If they had sat down and said to me, hey Marie, welcome to our gym. We're so glad you're here. What made you jump onto the website and put in a free class? What's going on for you? And I would have said things like, the typical response is, I'd like to lose some weight. I would like to increase my fitness. I want more energy. I want to feel better. I want all of that. I want to be able to walk out the next day and feel skinny. It didn't happen. None of that happened. And so when I was making this decision, I was purely looking at it from a price. I was comparing prices. I had spoken to someone else that was a member of another gym and they were paying a lot less. And I thought, okay, maybe. But I really wanted to go to this gym for a few reasons. But none of them came into the conversation that I was having with either of these two team members. So I truly believe that putting a sales process into your business will be an absolute game changer. The reason why is you'll have an increase in conversion rate. If she had sat down and spoken to me about my goals and my feelings and my thoughts and how long I've been thinking about joining the gym, which had been a long time if you're wondering, and if she had enrolled all of that, it would have been a no-brainer conversation. But instead, I've had to speak to two different people, and that's only because I'm a sales and business person. A lot of other people would have walked out and gone, too expensive, just can't see it, not feeling it, not vibing it, don't feel like they understand who I am, what I'm wanting, what my goals are. And that's really hard to buy if that stuff hasn't been brought into the conversation. Now, this, yes, is a one-on-one business to consumer relationship. So as like I'm wanting to buy it from a personal perspective rather than a business perspective. But these conversations and these processes need to go across all types of business. So if you're dealing with consumers, if you're dealing with business to business, whether you are online, whether you are offline, whether you are a service-based business, whether you're a product-based business, a sales process is so, so important. And so some of the steps, as I said, in that sales process for them could have been, let's sit down and have a conversation about what the client is wanting. What are their goals? What have they experienced in the past? She had no idea of any of the experience I'd had in the health and fitness industry. She had no idea that I had joined a gym previously. But every time I did a workout with them, people kept saying, oh, wow, you've really got the hang of it. I'm like, yeah, if you'd ask some questions, you would understand that there is a little bit of a background there. So my tips to you would be, put in a sales process into your business. So map it out. If you need some help with figuring out what are the steps that you need to have in a sales process, I have a beautiful document for you called The 7 Steps to Increasing Your Sales. It's at mariekirkpatrick.com/7, like the number 7 steps. So mariekirkpatrick.com/7 steps, and it will take you through those 7 steps that you need to have in your business, whether you are online, offline. You can put those steps into the sales process on a website as well. So understanding what people are wanting and things like that, and then mapping out that customer journey path through the business. But here are a few quick tips that I can give you. Have a sales process within your business. whether you are the owner, whether you're a team member, whether you are working for someone else. I know that we have listeners that maybe be our partners in companies and things like that as well. So it's not just business owners that we deal with. I also know that we have staff members that listen to this that are in business development and sales and are looking for ways to increase their sales. So have a sales process and train your team, every single person that comes into contact with a customer, whether they are on reception, whether they are the specific person that does business development or sales, whether they are the person that delivers the product or the offer or whatever that looks like. Everyone should be trained across that sales process so that the customer has a beautiful, streamlined experience. They're not having to have 5 different conversations with different people in the business. If I go back to that gym story, I was entered into the system 3 times. Now, from a customer experience, I don't think it'll affect me. I may end up with the same email 3 times. We'll see, I'll let you know. But it also means that people have spent time and energy entering all my details 3 times into the same system. So streamline it, make it easier, making it efficient for your business and your team. Another tip I would like to give you about sales processes is constantly go back and keep checking in with them. Look at what's working, look at what's not working. Having a sales process gives you that data. It'll get you to understand where people are falling off that sales process or where people are saying to you, oh, no, thanks, I'm not interested. What I was going to add in there is another random thought along the lines of, when people approach you in a shopping center and they come at you and try and give you a leaflet and go, hey, have you thought about, and you're just like, people will automatically say no. If you were running that sort of business, you would look at ways to adjust that initial connection because people are saying no within the get-go, like from the start. So having a sales process will allow you to be able to track those metrics, optimize what's working, change things out. All the data will be there for you. So implement a sales process into your business. It doesn't have to be high tech. It just needs to be tailored for your business and for your clients so that we can take people through that customer journey path from the moment that they touch your business all the way through to onboarding. The follow-up. What sort of follow-up processes do you have? Do you have any processes that you follow people up with? Or are you just saying, oh, well, they're not the right person or we were too expensive so they didn't buy? So they are my tips for you today. As I said, go and check out the 7 steps, beautiful document that I've got for you. It'll take you through some of the key elements that you need to have in your sales process. And it's at mariekirkpatrick.com/7 steps. I look forward to seeing with you soon and have an amazing day. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of The Sales Show. Please share it on social media for your friends to see and make sure you tag me at Marie Kirkpatrick so I can personally say thank you. If you would like to show me some love, leave me a review on Apple Podcast. I'd love to hear from you. Email me at podcast@mariekirkpatrick.com. And if you would like to work with me further or see any of the free resources mentioned on today's show, they can be found at mariekirkpatrick.com. I truly hope this podcast provides useful information and so much value to you so that you can build a business with impact and income.